Okay, guys, we got a 2011 Nissan Rogue. It's making a humming noise. I put my ear scope on and I try to check all over here, and I found the noise coming from the tensioner. But when I took off this belt, I removed mail. By the way, I removed this cover over here, this fender liner, so it gave me beautiful spacing here. So I turned every single pulley. Okay, belt is cracked up. We're gonna change the belt. The belt has cracks. Well, my point here was to turn every single pulley and listen to the noise. You hear that? Check this out. So whenever you want to hear a noise, you do want to check it first. Turn on the engine with everything on. Put some type of, you could use a long screwdriver or even a brake line will work. You want to touch on each point from the top, like I would touch it right here. Try not to get caught between the belt. That will hurt you. Try to put on the neck of this AC compressor or in the other pulleys, water pump. But I checked everything, and it seemed like it was coming from this tensioner or this guy right here. Then I took off the belt. There you go. That's how we found this noise. Very loud. It was going. That's what it was going like. So we're gonna reservice the system, remove the compressor, and the compressor will come out, boom, right from over here. Or we could take it down if we have any space. But worst come to worst, we're gonna work on this baby from right here. We should have more than enough room to pull this baby out this way. Anyways, we're gonna bring the car down and reservice the system. So first we need to clear out all the lines and everything from the refrigeration. We got our lines on, AC lines. They're open to suck everything out of there. Meanwhile, let's pull off this belt. Okay, so we're gonna put on a new belt. So this belt gotta come off completely. But I don't think I'll take that off on the bottom. I'll just leave it sticking down that way. Anyways, we can even remove the compressor facing up. We're probably gonna have to remove the fan, but I think we have more than enough space to go down. So if you have a Nissan Altima, it's a similar procedure. Anyways, so it got a lot of pressure. You don't want to open those lines, and you do not want to release this pressure into the air, okay? Because you will damage the atmosphere. So the best thing to do here is you learn from your mistakes, okay? Enter. We're gonna recover whatever's in the system. It's gonna suck it out, oil and everything. And then once we're complete, we'll take off the machine, and once we're done replacing the compressor, we'll push the car back, drive the car back, and we'll service the recharge the system with the 20 minutes of vacuum. So meanwhile, the system is recovering everything from the system. We can disconnect this AC compressor, okay? And just a one pin connector, so just pull on that and it comes right off. We're gonna go gather some tools. We're gonna need some 12 millimeters. We're gonna need some extensions and 10 millimeters to take off the line. Very simple job, okay? And 2 bolts from the bottom, 2 from the top, and let's get this baby going, okay? And we got some extensions here. We got a 12 millimeter 3/8 drive ratchet, long, and while the compressor is discharging, we are recovering. I mean, we can simply loosen up at least the 2 top bolt. I need to reverse my ratchet. So let's put this baby on right there. It's kind of dark down here, but it's okay. So all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take off the 2. I'm gonna loosen up the 2 bolts on this AC compressor from up here with this long ratchet. Enough leverage from up here. Perfect. That baby's loose. Let me get this guy out of the way. All I'm trying to do is loosen these babies up for now. Yeah, there you go. Nice. 12 millimeter from the top, 12 millimeter from the bottom. So these are loose. My ratchet doesn't want to turn anymore, so I'm gonna have to put my hand in there. There you go. So take both of these off, this one and that one. Make sure your harness doesn't get caught when you put in a new compressor. I've done that years back. we will be removing the whole thing, or get another connector if you want to just leave it behind. So these bolts are going to come out pretty easy, just like that. This line, AC line, once this AC line comes off, it will be out of your way, but it's a flexible line. You could just do that to it and get this bolt. Okay, for some reason my camera cut off, so I have to come back. So there's one bolt. We could put this to the side. Make sure you don't mix up your bolts, because sometimes the bolts can be different size. So I don't have a good angle from this side. I might have to turn this bolt a bit more, because it did not want to move with the hand. So just to let you guys know, I'm gonna go in the bottom now, and I am gonna remove this bolt before I go to bottom. And if you don't see me removing it completely, it just, okay, I am gonna remove this completely. And this belt is just terrible. She's like, I don't want you to work today, so let me block your view. Get out of here. Okay, it's gonna probably try to hit the fan, but you have more than enough clearance right there. So all we have up on the top left is your two lines, and we're gonna wait for the machines to finish out. It's discharging the system. Like I said, don't release it, take it to a mechanic, let him recover it. He's happy with the Freon gas and he got in there. And when you come back, do the service, just ask for a favor if you want to do yourself. Okay, anyways, let's let the machine finish out. Machine has finished recovering, so what I want to do is I want to disconnect these lines, because when I go up, I don't want these lines to get yanked. And so far we only took off the two bolts for the compressor on the top, and the belt is off and the connector is off. I will be removing the lines. Anyways, let me go move this machine out of the way, and let's go take a look at how much it discharged from the system, and how much it takes back in once we complete the job. And here it is. We could say 1 pound, 0.99 of a pound, 1 pound even. Anyways, so now we have no pressure in the system, but we do have a vacuum. So when I remove the lines, then I go boop, like there's some kind of suction pressure, and it's gonna hiss inward. It's gonna suck everything in. So that's a vacuum pressure. Okay, anyways, let me get this out of the way. Like I said, we took off the connector and the two bolts, and we recovered, and we took off the belt. Anyways, got a T-deep 10mm socket here. So I'm gonna try to manage it. Simply just loosen them, and then I'm gonna put my little electric drill. You know what? Let me go get my electric drill right now to make things easy, because I only have one hand. I can't do it with one hand. Anyways, let me get that. And you do need a deep socket, not a short socket, because one of this fat line for the AC is called a suction line, discharge line. It has a bolt. It's like a stud. Anyways, let's reach down there, and let me see if I can get this guy off. There you go. And I did not disconnect the battery or anything, so everything that you see is pretty much exactly what I did. Okay, give you one tip here. So I took off both of these nuts and bolts of both of the lines. That's what they look like right here. Right, that's what they look like. Anyways, so watch this. I am gonna take off this fat line first. So you're just gonna wiggle it a bit. Sometimes it won't come off, so you're gonna have to wiggle it. Try to go easily on the line. Remember, the vacuum might give you a pressure. Okay, I'm gonna try to try the low side now, a high side, and that might, one has to come out easier than the other. But sometimes the vacuum, you heard that vacuum? That vacuum will cause some type of freeze up on the lines. So I'm gonna push this back down so I can try to manage the other line, which is just super jammed. Okay, I might not be able to get that. We don't want to break the line. So I'm gonna take it really easy. Probably put a screwdriver on the back of it, and let's see if that works. So we're gonna have to work some magic here. I came across a line that's jammed. Okay, there's no pressure inside it. It's probably got a little bit more vacuum because there is one side to the other side. So that's that. It is moving. No, it's not moving. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to work some magic there. I'm probably gonna put something behind it to lift it up like a flathead screwdriver. Gonna have to work some magic there. So that's the part you might not see, but worst come to worst, if you need to take off this alternator, it's freaking literally 2 bolts. Okay, one up here and one on the bottom. Take off this ground. So I might just do that, and then I can even pull off the AC compressor up, or you could take off the bolt and bring out the compressor this way. It's all up to you, but I think to make my life easy, I am going to remove this alternator, and I am not going to take off this. I'll just lift up this whole thing, or I might just take this off, and I still don't want to disconnect the battery. But to take off the alternator, you should disconnect the battery, okay? But in my case, to be safe, I'll put tape around this guy's neck, and that way it doesn't short circuit, because I don't like to lose the idle speed on the throttle body. Anyways, let's continue. Let's take that angle now. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit longer than before. Okay, guys, so I still can't manage to get that out. I lubricated it, so it seems like it's corroded right around the neck and the bore of the line. So I'm gonna try. I tried everything, so I cannot yank this line too hard. I'll break it. Then we have another problem. So I got my mini duct right here. Who said we can't heat things? So a little bit of heat won't hurt anything. And just be careful with everything else around it. Let's see what kind of magic we get today. Pretty much the seal will take a damage, so we will put a new seal on. But I already see the heat. I see the smoke, and I don't want to kill this line, so I'm going to just try to go just about where I need to be. Okay. Once that thing heats up, it's going to destroy the dirt material down below it. Okay, that thing is cherry red. That's what I want. Definitely gonna put a new seal. Okay, it is hot, nice and hot. So let me give it a shot. Let me put my machine down. I'm gonna switch up hands because I have a better grip from this side on this thing, and we have nothing. This thing is not budging. So I'm gonna heat up more, guys, and then I will continue, and I will tell you exactly what happened, how I got it off once we're done. I was gonna use these tools on the side, but that'd be my next option because I don't want to break nothing, and I cannot bring out the line and the compressor up unless I take off this alternator and remove the lines from back there, which I don't want to do. Okay, so what I did, I snapped the bolt, I put the nut on, and I just turned it clockwise to tighten the heck out of it, and I snapped it, and I should be able to put my drill right through that, because that thing is seasoned. I heated it, I banged it, I did all kinds of crazy stuff. It ain't coming out. So I'm underneath the car, I removed these clips here, and you should be able to see the 2 bolts from down here. So I have my drill ready to extract that bolt out of there. Just drill it out of there, but there's no space. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push the compressor to one side, and then we should be able to get this baby out of the way. Okay, so we should be able to push the compressor a bit and remove out. Okay, so take off both of these bolts, guys. Once you're done with these, your compressor should move to one side. So it's just 2 bolts on the compressor in the bottom. You can probably see it from down here that I'm working on. It's kind of dark here, but anyways, you guys got the point. 1, 2, and the compressor should be out of the way, should move, and we should be able to put the drill from the top. So let me do that. There's the AC compressor. This ain't a joke. Just a little shit. Okay, mechanic shit ain't easy, but there's nothing you could do there. It's supposed to be 30-second job to get this line out of there. What the hell? Okay, it is what it is. But anyways, now we have to continue I'm gonna hammer it right here and bang it out. That's all I'm gonna do. Other than that, I'm gonna just splice this whole shit right here and throw it out because the compressor's no good to me. Just need the line saved. So I took off the alternator. Alternator had the 14 and the 14 harness, 12mm connector, and the AC compressor line going down here. It clips onto this. I did remove this, but this the AC compressor should have went out that way. Bada bing, bada boom. Also took off this ground of the alternator, so make sure you put that back if you do. I put a glove on the terminal there so I don't short circuit it. I did not remove the battery. Anyway, that's what it is, guys. Once this is going in, I'll start recording again. This is what it came down to with the Air Wizard. Okay, we still got a little bit in there, but I think it's moving now. Just freaking. Okay, this is original stuff in there. AC line, motherfucker, don't want to come out. And guess what? After all that, the bolt is still in there. I'll bang that out. It's okay. So there's our AC compressor. This thing is still in there, okay? This guy is still in there. He's still in there. Okay. What the world come to, guys. 30-second job turned into freaking all kinds of drills, whizzers, cutters, drillers, drill bits. Who the hell? Okay, we was working on this towel, which did not take Freon. The customer actually used cans, but we're gonna continue with our job here. We got the belt for the Nissan Rogue, and there's a part number. We're gonna put that baby on. But in here we got AC compressor. Okay. So I'm having a problem with my camera. It keeps shutting off on me. But there's a part number. This is the only compressor we get. It does not come with any seals. It does have a little document here that will probably tell us about oil. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this 10 and this 10. It should have pressure inside. Okay, so they do put pressure in these babies. There you go. So at least we know the compressor is not leaking. Okay, we're gonna be able to use these nuts and bolts. So there it is. It has oil in it, but we're still gonna add tiny bit. Okay, it has oil in there. So what we're gonna do is save these. We do need to get some. So I am gonna change a seal on this, and on the line in the bottom, clean it up really well, and we're gonna put in 2 new seals. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this seal. You should always put new seals on whenever you change this AC compressor. So it's pretty easy to take these babies off. I'm working with one hand, so it's a little bit tough for me. But anyways, now we need to match up a seal that's gonna be same size, same thickness about. Doesn't have to be something you can call up. Okay, this one right here looks really good. So let me get one out of the bag. So there it is. It's a little bit smaller, but it will do the job. So you don't want to stretch this baby, but simply get one side on, and then you can slip on the rest of the seal. Okay, so I'm gonna need both of my hands here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do it with one hand. Okay, so I'm gonna get the seal on, do the same thing on that one right there, and then you're all set to go. So let's put in the compressor, but you get the point what we're gonna do here. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna grab this AC compressor and we're gonna take it to this vehicle. Remember what I told you guys, you could put this compressor right from down here. So we're gonna just, it's gonna be hard for me to show it with the camera and do this at the same time. Okay, very simple from right here, okay guys? Very simple from right here, from this angle. Okay, there you go, the compressor's already halfway in. So let me see if I can grab it from back here. Okay, the AC lines are gonna bother me a bit, but there it is. So now what I'm gonna do is, once you have the compressor sitting, just put in the bolts, 4 bolts, lock them up, and then we're gonna put the lines in. Okay, so I got all the bolts in, and it's pretty easy right now for us to put the lines in. Make sure you put a little bit of oil on the seal or around the bore here for the lines. And let's tighten up because we got the alternator out. Remember, you don't need to take out the alternator. The only reason why I took it out because my line was super jammed. You have no clue. Okay, so it usually never happened to me. Usually lines will be jammed up, but they will come out after 1 or 2 bang. But this baby said nope. She said nope. Not coming out today. Okay, so this is the last bolt. Once this is tight, we're gonna smack in the lines. There you go. Nice and tight. Okay, nice and tight. Since we got so much room, let's drop in the lines right now. So it's very easy for me to put this line in. Make sure you feel the seal, okay? If you don't feel the seal, you're gonna have an issue. So we're gonna get a new bolt. Okay, one thing, I bring the line back out, put a little bit of silicone all around it. Okay, that I know these are common. I had issues. These baby leaked on me several times. So we got our new bolt here. Okay, let's see how she feels about that. So let me go get my tools. Where my tools go? Okay, I went and got this number 10. I think that bolt might be too long. Let's see. Okay, there you go. It's nice and snug. And you will see silicone slick out to the edges. Hand tight. You don't want to break this, guys. That's it. That's that. So did the same thing here. Seal and silicone. Same thing. Okay, right now it's very easy for us to put this baby in. Just like that. Alternator can fit in there. And there you go. And then the nut goes on. Make sure you always catch the threads. Okay, we got the threads. We're gonna lock up the second line nut. Should be nice and tight. Okay. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. So, put on your alternator, tighten everything, put the lines, put the belt on, and then we're gonna recharge everything, and I will show you once the job is complete because my camera is pretty much acting really crazy. Okay guys, job is all done. We got the compressor in there, everything is in. So this is the 14 and there's a 14 down here. A ground, connector, everything is nice and tight. I just gotta put strap tight on this harness here. But what I wanna do here is, some of the gas went into the system. I wanna recover everything, whatever's in there. We'll put a little bit of oil, and then we'll put the Freon. Okay guys, so we drained out a little bit of oil they had in there. So we got our own oil in this baby. We're gonna vacuum this for 20 minutes. Then put the oil in and then recharge the system. Plus they had a Freon in the line which went. It pulled that out as well. So let's vacuum. Nope. 20 minutes. Okay, nope, that's it. Okay guys, so vacuum is complete. I'm gonna put my camera right here, and what we're gonna do is oil. Don't forget your oil. So if your compressor has oil in it, don't put too much. But we pulled out our oil and the compressor had it. So I didn't put too much oil in, so we don't overflood the machine. That's it. Put the line back on, and we're gonna charge the baby up. Should be nice and cold. Okay, so we're gonna go to charge. Okay, continue 2012 Nissan Rogue. Oop. Okay, Nissan Rogue. My camera's giving me a little bit of trouble. So, if everything is already set, so what we're gonna do is continue. It's gonna put 1.1 pound. Okay, that's a little bit more than what we took off. Both sides. Next, start. Once we're done, we'll see the pressure on a brand new compressor. Let's give it a moment to charge. Okay, it's complete. So we got pressure with engine off, AC off, 100 and 100. So let's start the car. So the lines stay there, just like that. Open. Sometimes it could be a bad compressor. You never know. There's the car. Okay, so the compressor kicked in. The pressure is going down and it should be a little bit higher. We're gonna figure this one out. AC's cold. AC's cold. So I'm gonna leave it there. So it's gonna ride between 20 and 30. I usually like it up to 30, okay? That's where it's supposed to be at. That's where I like it at. But I'm gonna give it some time.